friends. Welcome back to our Golden 20s podcast. My name is Sadie, and I'm joined by my co-host Tegan, and we are keeping the New Year vibes going in today's episode, where we're going to be talking all about a little bit of a glow-up plan for the new year. So last week we tackled kind of like life reset, life admin type stuff, but today we want to focus on some self-care and a little bit of feeling your best from the inside out to glow up and set yourself up for a successful year ahead. However, before we jump into that, we are going to do another connection card. We've done this the past few weeks and have been really enjoying it. So we thought, why not? Let's kick off today's episode with one as well. So Tag, do you want to read us what today's question is?
Yes, I will. And we are still in the yellow cards for people playing along at home. We will, I guess, seasonally move into deeper questions, but yellow is like icebreaker questions. And so today's is happiness is blank. I feel like this could be very deep or very simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm making this way deeper
way
than
deep.
It needs to be. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel to me, happiness is like a relaxing day where I don't have to do anything. And it's really sunny and warm. And I'm sitting in the sun with my loved ones.
Oh my God, that is so Tegan. That is, that is
I'm a
definitely
lizard.
your happiness.
If there's sun and I'm laying in it, I'm like, life is good.
I love that so much. You and your little blow-up pool in the backyard, drinking a margarita or something. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
I love that. That's such a good answer. The first thing that's coming to mind for me is just happiness is when you're truly yourself. And if that's doing something you genuinely enjoy, being around people who you can just be 100,000% yourself with, I feel like that's where you feel happy, you find your happiness. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are both good answers. I feel like this will be interesting if we end up sharing it on our story, because I feel like it could be as simple as happiness is a coffee in the morning, or it could be super elaborate. So
yeah, what I was thinking? Yeah, me too. And not to totally side rail this conversation, but there's a prompt on Hinge, I think, where it's my simple pleasure is, or my simple pleasures. And I was thinking about this, I don't know, randomly a few days ago, and I feel like it kind of ties into this happiness is, or these little simple moments of happiness. One of my simple pleasures that I need to add to my Hinge profile is hearing the theme song of my favorite TV show playing from my living room when I'm cooking dinner in the kitchen. I don't know why, but it's just a little moment of happiness and a simple pleasure for me, where it's a comfort TV show that I don't even have to watch, but just hearing the theme song. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of random.
No, I get that. Yeah, when we first moved into this house, because my childhood home, the kitchen was on a different level than from where our TV was. Right. And so when I first moved into this home, something was playing on the TV and I went into the kitchen and I was like, this is just the coziest vibe.
Right.
And I'm so lame, but especially
it's such a simple pleasure.
Hearing something my family always would watch golf on Sundays, hearing golf on the TV. I'm this is just throwing it back to childhood Tegan. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you can relate, because I was this is so niche and specific, but it's a simple pleasure. So that's my backup answer. That's happiness to me as well.
Hearing the Friends theme as you finish dinner or something. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I get that. So do you not skip the theme songs as you're watching TV shows?
It depends on the mood. Most of the time, yes. I do skip it, but if I'm not actually in the room watching it, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's no big deal if it plays.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's just some days, especially when I'm and it's typically Friends or Gilmore Girls, where I'm watching it because I need that comfort show for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like I had a bad day, I'm feeling like low energy. Those days I'll let the theme song play because I'm like, oh, my heart needs to hear this.
Yeah. Now,
Then there's other
would
days
you
where I'm like,
ever
no,
like,
we're binging.
yeah,
We're skipping it. Yeah.
would you ever listen to like the theme song just like on Spotify? Like I know the Gilmore
No,
Girls theme is like a song. Yeah, that's too far.
that's way too far. I will listen to like, what is, oh shoot, I'm totally blanking. The opening song from Gilmore Girls, like the first season, first episode.
Okay.
There's a specific song. I have that in like my main character moment playlist.
Okay.
Same with Young Folks, because that's the opening song of Gossip Girl, first season, first scene. Like those songs I associate to shows, but I will listen to those on Spotify versus like actual theme songs.
The theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we never listen to themes here. We act like we're diffusing a bomb, like trying to get it off. And then if we miss the chance and then it plays, it's like, oh my God, how did we mess this up so bad?
That's me with movie credits. I hate movie credits. I don't know why, but they drive me nuts. Where like as soon as a movie's done, I pause it, like, close out the app. Yep. I do not want to hear credit songs. I don't want to see the credits. And people are always like,
there are like things happening in them?
Yes. See, that's the other thing. In the movie theaters, I'm somebody that would be like, I'm up and out of here. But
yeah,
my grandparents used to take us to the movies all the time. And they were the type to be like, no, we need to sit until the very end in case there's a
post-credit.
Yeah. So maybe that's actually why I hate them so much, because the amount of time I've spent sitting in the movie theaters waiting for something to happen and it didn't happen. Like, I don't know. But anyways.
Fair enough. Yeah, we don't, especially like we'll sit if there's like something interesting going on, but as soon as it's just like the black screen with the rolling credits, we will leave unless it's Marvel because they always have post credits. But yeah, we're not, which is like a film person faux pas. When we were in school, people were like, you have to sit through the credits because it's disrespectful for all the people who worked on it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Get your name higher in the credits and then I'll see it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So
you need to go back to the olden days when movies had credits at the beginning and then they just ended.
Yeah. That's more my scene. Other than I don't know if I would like movie credits at the beginning either. I'd be like, just no credits. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, film industry, but I'm here strictly for the plot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is the best part about connection cards and like why people should definitely bring them into like their friendships, relationships, anything like that, is it's like you get one question and all of a sudden we've gone on this like 10-minute rant conversation about something way unrelated, but somehow it got us here. So I love this so much.
Me too. Great.
But
well, should we dive in?
I was going to say, people aren't here to listen to us rant about like theme songs, movie credits. They're here for their 2024 glow up plan or tips and tricks, ideas. And actually, maybe that would be a great place to start, because before we dive into some of the like specific actionable things we wanted to chat through with you guys, I wanted just to take a second, because I'm having this like, I don't know, self-check-in kind of situation where I feel like this time of year can be super overwhelming for a lot of people, myself included, where it's like you are getting served content right, left, and center being like, time to glow up, time to set yourself up for a new year, like set those goals, show up, do it all, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like our podcast is one of those, channels coming at you with all of that type of information. And it can be overwhelming. And I just wanted to say that's not our intention at all. And I also want to just level set by saying some of the things that we're going to chat about in this episode are maybe not, well, first of all, it might not be realistic for you to go through it all and be like, okay, writing this down as a checklist kind of thing. This is more just like ideas and inspiration, where if you're feeling like, you want to show yourself some love in a way, maybe one of these ideas will resonate with you, and this is how you do it. Some of the things we're going to talk about also get very like product specific, where it's like, I just love to share my favorite products and like talk about things that are working for me, but that obviously doesn't mean you need to go out and buy that specific product in order to have the exact same glow up as us and like have the exact same results. Like that obviously doesn't work. So I don't know. I'm just like feeling very mindful of the hustle behind the wellness industry right now, especially in January, top of the year. And I'm like trying to be conscious of it in our own podcast where, you know, we're not just another one of those content creators talking about it that way, but I don't know. Maybe that's contradictory to everything we're going to say in this episode, but something I'm being mindful of.
Yeah. Well, and we're at least trying, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like we're trying to just come up with positive ways to you know, change your life. And, you know, like you said, it's not a checklist. Obviously, everyone's priorities are different. If you've been kind of on the journey with us the last month, if you've been doing the journaling and stuff like that, maybe none of this is a priority for you, and that's fine. I just think it's nice at this time of year, especially as Canadians where it's very dark and it's very cold, to be like, let's focus on self-love. I find that in the month of January, I like very rarely leave my house. And so it's kind of the ideal time for me to sort of focus on these kinds of things. So hopefully it's more just like inspiration and not us being bossy and like, okay, now you have to buy these 10 products and change your life, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And then the last caveat I wanted to say at the top of this episode was that I also think, like I was saying, last week's episode was really focused on like lifestyle reset, where today it is a little bit more focused on like looking your best and like appearance, aesthetics, and obviously not all of it is around that. But I do think for me anyway, when I am feeling unmotivated or just feeling low, as soon as I do my makeup or take a nice hot shower, like I feel a lot better. So I do think there is something that goes hand in hand with how you're feeling and how you look. So hopefully this doesn't come across like superficial or anything like that, but also wanted to throw that caveat out there as well. Anyways, not to totally kill the vibe before we even jump into it, but let's actually jump into it now. And I think the first thing, going right into the whole appearance piece, I love to use January to treat myself to something like a beauty appointment of some sort. So maybe it's getting my nails done, which I have a routine appointment for that anyway. Maybe it's also getting a facial, or instead getting a facial, or even getting my hair cut. There's just something about being like, okay, it's the holidays are done. It's a new year, new season of me kind of thing. What can I do to like treat myself and kind of, I don't know, just, ease into the year, but feeling my best and like putting effort into that. So I think that could be a great idea. And it also could be a good time knowing that for us here in Canada, if you work like a corporate job and you have benefits, maybe they just refreshed with the calendar year. So it could be a good time to like book a massage or anything like that. But it's just something to show yourself a little bit of self-love, and could be a good excuse to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of related to the benefits like you were talking about. This can be a good time to book your annual appointments. I feel like we bring this up nonstop, but it's something, this is life in your 20s. You've got to start doing the adult things no one wants to do. And so it's like booking your dentist appointment. I got very passionate about going to my dentist last year. Same with the doctor, actually, where I was like making it my personality. And it was a good time. I had very clean teeth. And it's great to look into your benefits. Like I figured out that I had benefits to get my teeth cleaned twice a year when I thought it was once a year. And then so I kept seeing my gals at the dentist, which was great. And all those kinds of things. It can be obviously very important for your health to be doing these check-ins. And it's also like money from your paycheck goes towards these benefits. So you should use them, or else you are throwing money away.
100%.
Which is bad.
Yeah. One of our friends in our book club, Kristen, we used to work together, and she would always say like she hated going to the dentist, but it was just such a privilege to go to the dentist that she would always go. And I was like, that mindset is life-changing because nobody
Yeah.
likes going to the dentist, you know? Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
not like, oh yeah, I want to sit here uncomfortably with someone else's hand in my mouth for like half an hour. Like,
Yeah.
nobody enjoys that. They don't enjoy them poking around in there, making your gums bleed. Like, no, but the fact we can go, like, let's
Mm-hmm.
do it. You know, the fact that our work is maybe chipping in for part of the bill, absolutely count me in. So I love that mindset towards some of these, like you said, not so fun experiences like the dentist or the doctor, things like that.
Yeah. One thing I also like to do, like at the beginning of every year, to do a sort of glow up is to, as part of my vision board, kind of come up with how I would like to look, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like like on my vision board this year, I pinned a bunch of pictures of like white teeth because I want to white my teeth, or like outfits I want to wear, or how I want my hair to look, or like all those kinds of things. So I feel like this can be a good step too. And obviously, it's free and can kind of help you figure out like your personal style for the year and those sorts of things as well.
I love that so much. I think one of the things I had on the list was actually teeth whitening. And this is,
Yeah.
again, maybe silly to some people. Other people do this religiously. Who knows? But for me, it's something I do like once a year, maybe twice a year if I feel like I need it, if I've been drinking a lot of red wine or drinking coffee lately. But I am a big like Crest White Strips person. I always feel like it makes me more confident, especially seeing myself in so many video calls or like taking pictures of myself when I'm out and about living my best life through the year. If my teeth are white, I just feel way better. Knowing Crest White Strips are kind of expensive, I've also been using like the whitening rinse from Crest as
Hmm.
well. And I find that actually does do something. Like, it maybe isn't quite as effective as the white strips, but at the same time, I'm not quite as like disciplined with it. So that could be something to glow up for the new year as well.
Yeah, I just got their whitening pens, which
Oh
I've
yeah,
never
I heard
used
about those.
before, but I have quite sensitive teeth. And so within the last year or so, I've had to stop using white strips because it's been so severely painful. And obviously, like,
Hmm.
that's not worth it for white teeth.
Yeah.
And so I was looking up hacks and people were talking about like cutting them in half or whatever so they don't touch the bottom of your teeth. But then when I was at Costco, I saw these
Hell
pens. So I
yeah.
literally just picked them up and I will have to report back on if I have shiny white teeth after using them.
Yeah, please do report back because I'm invested in the journey as always.
Yeah.
But I have heard good things about them, so I
Yeah.
have
And they're
faith that
very
they'll work.
cheap. They were like half the
Oh,
price of white strips. So
there you go, guys. Go to
we'll
Costco.
see.
Get your teeth pens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to shout out, this is I'm like hitting the greatest hits of our golden 20s, but mental health also,
Hell
I
yes.
find this has like a very big impact on the way that I look. And it's the kind of thing
Hmm.
that it's like you don't realize until you realize if you've been in a slump. And then it's like you have, your everything shower, you do your hair, you do your makeup, you get your nails done. And you're like, oh my gosh, my mental health was like affecting me in all these different ways. And so this can be another good start, especially if you're hearing what we're talking about and you're like, this is too much. Like,
Hmm.
I can't even get out of bed. I'm not going to the dentist. Maybe your first step is scheduling a therapy session or
Yeah.
doing some journaling or doing some meditation if you're overwhelmed by this kind of stuff. Even just like getting enough movement and sleep, which I think we're going to get into more detailed in a bit. But all of that stuff does have a pretty big impact, at least for me, and how I look.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like a catch-22 where it's like your mental health affects how you look, and how you look can impact your mental health. Because it's as
Yeah.
simple as like the days I wear a full sweat set to work, like since I work from home,
Yeah.
I'm like cozy, drinking tea, like I'm not in top productivity mode. And that's okay
Yeah.
every now and then, but it's like if I do that for multiple days, probably I'm like, reaching the end of the week being like, oh, I just feel sluggish and like I haven't been that
Hmm.
productive this week. Like, where did the time go? But if it's like, if I show up at my desk with like my hair up or my jeans on, like an
Hmm.
actual outfit, I'm way more productive on those days. So I think that is, and then when I'm more productive, then I feel proud of like the progress I made at work that week, so they definitely do go hand in hand for sure.
Yeah, I think sort of related to that also is drinking lots of water. This
Yeah.
is something where I can see the impacts on my face. I have like wrinkles on my forehead if I don't drink enough water. Whereas if I chug water all day, they're gone. And it's like, it doesn't matter the skincare I'm doing, that's fully just based on how much water I'm drinking. Not to mention like how much water your body holds and all that kind of stuff. It can help clear your skin and it just helps you feel better. Obviously, if you're dehydrated all the time, you're rocking headaches, and that is not a good vibe. And so, this is a big thing. I feel like this year was the year where everyone got Stanley Cups for Christmas. So it's like if
I'm
you
one of
need to
them.
be, yes, if you need to be rocking your Stanley Cup everywhere with you to be drinking enough water, do it. If it needs to be like filled with ice, do that. If you need to flavor your water, I'm a very big Mio girl, but even like lemon, I have lemon in my water right now. I'm also a straw person. I feel like you're either
Me
a straw
too.
person or you're not. So I have like a big pack of glass straws, and then all my water bottles have to have straws, or else I just won't drink it. And yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm babying myself, but you've got to do
But
what you
you
got to
have to,
do.
exactly, you have to find what works for you. And it's so funny that
Yeah.
you mentioned the straw because I'm the exact same way. And I'm someone like I never used to drink that much water at all. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, no, like this is what we need to do, especially on my whole skin journey, whatever. So I was like, okay, we need to find a way to drink water. And I noticed that a few years ago, like many years ago, my friend got me a Starbucks cup with a straw in it. And the days that I would
Yeah.
drink from that, I was refilling it like crazy because I was just sitting at my desk, like holding my straw in my mouth, essentially drinking without even realize I was drinking. Same when I was watching TV shows or like anything,
Yeah.
just sitting on my couch. Like I wasn't even registering how much I was actually drinking when it was through a straw. So that's why I asked for the Stanley for Christmas, because I was like, okay, this is a massive cup. It's got the straw. It's going to keep it cold. And that's how I drink water best. But before my Stanley, I also found, this is so me, and I am well aware it sounds dumb, but when I had like a cute water bottle versus just like, some random plastic water bottle that I've had since I was 10 years old, I drank from like my cute like Swell water bottle more than I drank from like the old crusty plastic one I've had forever. So it's literally, find what makes you actually drink your water and then make it work for you. Same with even using a habit tracker. That was also really key in getting me to drink more water. Was I literally counted out how many water bottles I had to drink to reach my goal, and then I would literally tick them off on my habit tracker throughout the day. So that also motivated me for some reason, and now it's turned into an actual habit of drinking lots of water. So can't stress that enough. But another Our Golden 20s classic, how to feel better, drink water.
Yeah. I think another simple way, kind of related, is eating healthy, whatever that means for you, whether it's like cutting out certain foods or adding in certain foods or only eating out X amount of times a week, whatever it is. I find that, again, that makes a massive difference. I find, especially coming out of the holidays, it's like, one, I'm staying up late. One, two, I'm drinking a lot of alcohol. Three, I'm like surviving on just chocolate and cheese. And it's like, I'm breaking out. My skin's so dry. I'm so tired. I'm so grumpy. And it's like, because all these, these three simple things aren't serving me. But so I find that going into January, it can be really nice to do like a little reset and be like, I'm maybe going to have vegetables today, and that can make a big difference.
Totally. I also want to call out that a lot of these like trendy cookbook, like I'm thinking like Half Baked Harvest, Defined Dish, like these cookbooks you're seeing all over TikTok, a lot of these girls have, not even girls, cooks, people have blogs as well, where a lot of the recipes are free. So definitely check that out if you're looking for new recipes to try, or maybe there's a cookbook you're wanting to get, but you're not sure if it'll be completely worth the money. Maybe just check out their blog first and go from there to see if it's worth it, or even just try those recipes for free.
Yeah, I love Allison Roman. I have 2 of her cookbooks, but her blog has a lot of the recipes from her cookbooks on it, and her blog is seasonal, which I really like.
Yeah.
And I just find that that makes it easier to eat healthy. But again, it's free. I just find them like on Pinterest, or we'll go on her blog, and it's easy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2024 is the year that the blog comes back. And
Yeah.
I can't wait. I think it'll be great. But I think the food bloggers have been here like from the beginning and they're not going anywhere. So definitely check it out. I think kind of similar is also using vitamins and supplements to glow up your diet routine, I guess. So if that's, introducing a multivitamin or a pre-probiotic, or maybe you take that doctor appointment that we were just talking about and you find you have specific deficiencies, or there's something that you're wanting to address because, if it's sleep or digestion, anything like that, that's been a problem for you, chat it out with your doctor, see what they recommend you add to your diet, and maybe you can tackle that through vitamins and supplements. So definitely something that's like super personal. Everybody needs different things, but I think a multivitamin and pre and probiotic are a great place to start if you're wanting to introduce something to your routine.
And the last sort of I guess obvious thing is daily movement. This can be, again, whatever that looks like to you. It's going to be different for every person. I am doing like a 30-day yoga challenge right now, which I really love. My mom does a walking challenge, which she enjoys. Obviously, gyms are very big right now with New Year's resolutions. When I first started going back to the gym as an adult, it started as a New Year's resolution. So there's no shame in that game. And lots of gyms have really good deals on right now because they know that there are lots of people who are trying to figure out their fitness goals for this year. So definitely check that out. And then there's always YouTube, like the yoga challenge we're doing is on YouTube. There's Pilates on YouTube, literally any type of workout you could get.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it from home, from a gym, anywhere, whatever's sort of comfortable for you.
Yeah. And the best part about YouTube is it's completely free.
Yeah.
I love that. I think something else that's going to be a huge trend in 2024 is a body care routine. I think we've been talking so much about skincare for the past few years, and I can just sense that the industry is now moving into body care. We had Rare Beauty put out the body care line, Youth to the People put out a body care line, and I'm like, okay, this is, I feel, the next big thing. And I feel like through the winter, this is when I put the most effort into my body care routine, since I have dry skin and the winter obviously only dries it out more. So I think everything showers are something we've already mentioned, but I do think this could be something to really kickstart your glow up, and then having body care part of that. So I thought we could just maybe quickly chat through what our everything shower routine looks like, as well as if we have a body care routine as well, because I often do this once a week, typically on the weekends. And this always makes me feel so much better. And I'm like, okay, ready to start a new week now that I've had my everything shower and put all the steps into place to feeling my best.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, my everything shower, I'm a very big exfoliation gal because I have quite thick hair, as viewers can see by my eyebrows. So it's the hair care is its own little thing. So lots of exfoliation. I also really love using a clarifying shampoo, maybe not once a week, but maybe once every 2 weeks. Or I'll even just shampoo my hair twice. I have very thick hair and I do use quite a lot of products in it. And so it just, I don't know, it makes it nice to feel fully clean. So I usually start there, and then it's exfoliate, with a glove, and then I have like an exfoliating cream, and then a body wash, shave, and then I have a shower oil that I really love in the winter because I also have really dry skin. And so I'll rock with all of that. And then as far as body care goes, I have a special serum. Why am I saying it so weird? Serum for ingrowns that I use, as well as lots of moisturizer. I'm the kind of person who has like 3 different moisturizers. I'm like, this one's for my legs and this one's for my arms. And yeah, that's just the way I roll. And so that's a big part of my body care. And then I will always give myself a blowout. So then that's like a whole separate podcast episode of the steps that go into that.
Part 2 will be just Tegan's hair care routine.
Hair care, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I think exfoliating is something that I only do on my everything shower days, and that typically starts with dry brushing. I don't, like, before I even get in the shower. I'll be honest, I don't do this every single week. I do it only when I remember. Same with my scalp serum. Like, I got this a few months ago at this point, and I try to use it once a week, but there's just some times where I'm like, oh, totally forgot to use that today. Yeah. But when I do, it's like, no, we're going the full like 9 yards and making this a whole little at-home spa experience. And I always feel so great when I do remember to use them. But I also think my everything shower, again, this is like the pre-steps before I even get into the shower. I love to start 1 shower a week with a bubble bath. And in the bath is when I like shave my legs. I'm like right down in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just easier than, I don't know, doing it in the shower when your shaving cream's like coming off the second it's going on kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm a big like take a nice bubble bath and then I shower after. And I also just use whatever shampoo, conditioner. I've been loving the OGX brand. I don't know if there's another way to say that, but anyways, I love their products. I just recently started using them like through the fall, I want to say. And I've worked through like a few different ones that they have, and all of them have been really great. Just your regular body wash. And then the best part of my everything shower that I look forward to every week is body scrubs. And this is, again, exfoliation, but I make my own body scrubs. I've used a few like store-bought ones and they always give me a rash, and that's not the vibe for a glow up. So I think this can be a really fun, like, I don't know, just little like craft you do for yourself, and then you get to actually use it, which is so much fun. It could be a really great gift. But really my recipe, if you will, is just Epsom salts mixed with coconut oil and then some essential oils. And I find it just does the trick with getting those little bumps off my arms and my legs. So definitely 10 out of 10 recommend that. And then moisturizing after. We got sent moisturizer from a brand called That Good Shea. And I'm obsessed with that moisturizer. It smells so good. And it dries. Like, I do find it's kind of like has a white cast at first. But once it dries, I find it dries really well. And I don't feel like sticky or tacky or anything like that. And I'm a night showerer, so the nights where I've used body lotions that make me sticky, like I cannot sleep at all. So That Good Shea, it doesn't do that. So I've been absolutely loving that. They also sent a hand cream, which I've been loving as well for the same reason, where I feel like I can't do anything after applying a hand lotion, but theirs just soaks right in and feels so nice that I'm like, okay, the show can go on, and I am moisturized at the same time. And then the last piece of my everything shower, people are like, Sadie, oh my gosh, this sounds like a whole day's like worth of just like everything shower routine. But like I said, I really like to treat myself once a week. And then I end it all off with either a face mask or just my usual skincare. But the nights I do a face mask, I really like to do like the exfoliating ones where it's like a clay mask or something like that, where it really gets out all the gunk after like a really nice steamy bubble bath to like a steamy shower. I feel like my pores are open and I'm just like, get it all out of my skin. So that's usually the days that I do that.
Yeah, I just got one of those face masks that has the LED lights. I
I'm so
haven't
jealous.
used it yet, but I'm very excited to see, because people swear by the red light masks. So.
Yes. So, okay, I've been telling Tegan, I've been going to Formula Fig for facials like the past few months, and they use LED lights. And I used to think LED lights were completely
like a
scam. Yeah, because those masks are like hundreds, if not like thousands of dollars. So I was like, this can't be real. And it's just lights. But like after my Formula Fig facials, I'm like, my skin has literally never looked better. And they always use blue light on me since I am like acne prone. And literally I'm like, no, this is it. Like, it's working. The one facial I just did, they didn't do any extractions, nothing. It was literally just like a moisturizing facial. And then they put me under the blue light. And even that, I was like, okay, this will be the true test of LED lights, because like they didn't do any extractions. Like, did I really just pay however much for this facial when they didn't even do any extractions? And then I was like, nope, my skin looks fire. Either the products they used were great, but I really do think it was the LED light.
Yeah. Well, I will. This is another thing I'll have to use and report back on. Because I see the before and after pictures and I'm like, it's too good to be true, but
yeah. Yes.
We'll see.
Report back. And research too, because different, unless it can only do red light, then at that.
No, it flashes. Like, I got the Foreo UFO Mini, and so it has like specific masks that you click in. So I only have nighttime masks, and so for that specific one, it flashes between red, green, and blue as you put it on your face. And it's not a full mask; it's like a little like baby that goes around. But yeah.
Because,
but I don't know, like if their morning ones are different lights, or if I can like pick which lights. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm like, how does blue light impact your skin differently than red light, which is different from green light?
How does any
this is
of
why
it?
I'm like
I know. The science
it doesn't make
no sense.
I know. Okay, so you have to report back, because it doesn't make sense to me either. But I've been like noticing with Formula Fig that I'm like, it's got to be working. I don't know.
The girlies swear by it, so.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I do have a few other little, or I guess actually just one other little hack if you want to level up your everything shower routine or your glow up routine, but don't have, money to be buying all these like fancy body washes and exfoliators, things like that. The other thing too, even like hair masks, I feel like neither of us mentioned that, but this is another big thing in the TikTok everything shower routines that I've been seeing. And it's always like, gotta get, like, there's the Olaplex girly, like, aesthetic, And guys, I gotta say, I bought Olaplex since I'm so easily influenced, and it really wasn't hitting for me. So my favorite thing to do now that I find way more effective than my Olaplex, and it might have just been the specific Olaplex I bought, I don't know. But in any case, I like to just use my usual conditioner, and I pretty much like wash my hair and use my conditioner right when I get in the shower. And then I let my conditioner sit for the rest of my shower. So like while I'm washing my body, shaving my legs, anything like that. And then I find when I rinse out my conditioner, my hair is just so soft. It usually like smells like, I feel like the smell of my conditioner, it's like really soaked in there. So it like smells nice for longer. I don't know. I just find it's a little hack to work with the products you already have to work like a hair mask. And then I already mentioned my own little DIY body scrub, but I think that also can be an affordable way to like implement a new product into your routine without having to drop like a lot of money on something from Sephora.
Love it. Yeah. I feel like if you're listening and feel like you're in a rut, like pause right now and go have an everything shower, because nothing feels better.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the last thing that we were going to talk about is sleep hygiene. And if you listen to our goals episode, this is like my biggest thing for 2023 is I'm going to fix my sleep hygiene. We are recording this on the 4th, so it's been 4 days. It's been great so far, but We shall see. And so basically what we mean by sleep hygiene is just practicing good sleep habits. And it's like having a consistent bedtime and wake up time, having a routine for when you go to bed and when you wake up, implementing things like no screens in bed, which is my personal goal. Or I don't know, it could be like no screens as soon as you wake up, whatever it is. Some people are like no phones in the bedroom at all. They charge their phone in the bathroom or the kitchen. And it could be like, I want to read before bed. There's lots of different options. But I find, again, if you've had a bad sleep, it doesn't matter how much makeup you put on, how long your everything shower is, you're going to look worse than if you had a good sleep. And so this is a big one.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm quite proud of my night routine, and I feel like I set myself up for a good sleep. Typically, I sleep pretty well, and the nights that I don't, it's like I know I won't sleep well, where I'm like, I know what I did wrong to like mess up the routine kind of thing. But that being said, my unwind routine starts at 9 p.m. when my bedtime is like 11:30. So that unwind routine is like 2 hours long, and I don't know, it's taken me a long time to figure it out, but I think it's exactly what you were saying, Tag, where that consistent bedtime, wake up time was where I started. Then I figured out, what can I fill into my unwind routine to replace screen time? So I found what works for me, and I definitely recommend people go through the trial and error, of finding what works for you, because it's definitely worth it. But I think the one thing that I really want to do this year to level it up is get a good pillow. Like my pillow, I don't even know how long I've had it, where I got it from. Like it's just the same pillow I've had forever, but I have like all of my tensions in my upper back, and that's maybe from like just stress and like my shoulders rising up through the day, but also I think it's partially just from how I sleep. So that's on my list for sleep hygiene this year, is leveling that up, maybe upgrading some of my bedding. I don't know, but just kind of, seeing how I can blow up my sleep routine.
Yeah, I love that. I find I've gone through like pillows like no tomorrow and sheet sets like no tomorrow. And I've got like room spray and like special candles and all kinds of goodies. But I feel like it's nice to be able to cultivate like the cozy vibe. Like once it hits a certain time, the big light's off, and then it's like you have your little lamp, or I have like a book light, or I have candles all over my bedroom. So it's like if I don't want lights on, I can just have candles or whatever it is. And that can just help to like switch to your brain to relax. You could also 100%. Like there's so many like bed yoga things I see on YouTube and Pinterest that you can do, or even like meditations for sleep. And there are so many like sleep podcasts and that kind of thing that I find can also help.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that I considered but talked myself out of was getting a hatch alarm. Again, I feel like I've been so influenced by it because that's what you see all over TikTok, and I've heard good things about them, how especially in the morning time in the winter when it's dark and cold, like this really helps you like wake up. And I'm a horrible snoozer. Like I snooze. Like, guys, this morning, I think I snoozed for an hour and a half. Like,
oh God,
it's not good. It's really, really bad. Minimum half an hour. Most days I snooze for like a solid hour. And that's poor sleep hygiene, because like the 10 minutes between snoozing, exactly. And the 10 minutes between snoozing makes you more tired than if you just get up. Like, I know this, but I have the hardest time. Anyways, so I was like, maybe a sunrise alarm will help me. But I decided, no, it's too expensive. However, if you're someone who's like, maybe that would help me, I wanted to put it on the list because, like I said, I've heard good things. But maybe it's even just like reaching out. Like my mom, I was talking to my mom. She's like, just turn on your light when you wake up. Like if it's dark, reach over and literally turn on your lamp that's in like reaching distance from your bed. And it's like, oh yeah,
true.
I guess I could do that instead of spending $230 on a hatch alarm. But
anyways. I had a sunrise clock. This was before the era of the hatch alarm. This was like 2018. And I got it because I was in a basement apartment. And I like it. didn't do that much for me, honestly. I still had it when I moved into this house. And then obviously I live above ground now.
Yeah.
And so I donated it to Value Village because it was just the same as any other alarm for me. I found like it wasn't bright enough to really wake me up.
Right.
So I was still just getting woken up by the standard alarm. Like the way, I don't know how the hatch works, but the way this would work was it had a gradual light that turned on for half an hour. And then basically if you didn't press the button, an alarm would go. And this one's alarm was like birds chirping. And so it sounds peaceful, but it reached a point where birds chirping sounded the same as like the standard iPhone alarm to me. And it was like I could hear the first chirp and be like, oh, these birds, and like turn them off. So it wasn't like very transformative for me, but I get why people love it. Mine also wasn't as cute as the hatch. Like if mine looked like that, I probably would have kept it because it looks so nice. Mine was fugly.
Oh my God, I haven't heard the word fugly in so long. You really are throwing it back to 2018.
One thing about Sadie is she loves a throwback word. We were at a comedy show and one of the bits was that like the guy said crud and Sadie like died laughing. This guy saying crud.
Why would you bring that up right now? Now I'm dying laughing again.
Oh man.
Oh my God. So funny.
Nothing tops that.
Nothing tops that. It was also just people listening are like, that's not that funny, but it was also just a person. I'm like justifying it. His personality in that scene was somebody who would say crud, and it was just so perfect. Oh, my eyes are watering from laughing. That's so funny. But yes, the hatch alarm is not fugly. That is for sure. But oh man.
Hatch, please sponsor us. Send us an alarm, please.
Yeah, and we will also send one to one of you guys because we all need to do this. That's what we need to do is like giveaways for some of these products. Like, come on, guys, hook us up so we can make this a thing. But anyways, good to know that I potentially didn't just waste my money on a hatch alarm because
I feel like you're not missing out.
Yeah, that's what I needed to hear because I felt like I was. But oh goodness. Anyways, you guys, I think that is everything we had for you. I feel like it's really the basics. My eyes are still watering from laughing. That's the other thing about me. My eyes water so easily when I laugh. But anyways, that's happiness to me is laughing so hard that I'm crying. Yeah. No, not crud. Anyways, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I did want to throw a shout out to another podcast, C'est La Me. Amelia is doing a life edit series. And so if this was like inspirational for you and you're looking for more content, you're like, yeah, I've got this down, but I want to level up my life more. I wanted to shout that out because she's doing like a bunch of episodes on a bunch of different things. Like the first one I think was on finances and so wanted to throw that out too. We were on her podcast a long time ago now, like 2 years maybe. But yeah, I wanted to throw that out randomly.
Yeah, I love that so much. And I remember what I was going to say just a minute ago was, I think we've said this before, but it's some of these things I feel are like very basic and just like classic self-care 101 type things, but it truly is one of those, if you take care of yourself, you will feel better kind of situations. So it's definitely worth putting in the effort into one or all of these things, whatever feels right to you. Especially like Tegan said, if you're feeling uninspired these days, you're feeling unmotivated and bogged down a little bit by the winter blues, I think, just putting in the effort to show yourself that you care about yourself, you love yourself, I think it can go a long way. Yeah,
definitely. Great. I think that's everything this week. You're still laughing. Oh, man. Yeah, we got to cut this off before it gets more giggly. But yeah, we post on social media. We're at Our Golden 20s on pretty much all the platforms. So you can check us out there. We've got all the links in our descriptions. And we put out a new episode every Tuesday. So make sure you subscribe to us or you follow us if you're using Spotify so that you can see when those new episodes drop. And we also have a Patreon page, which is the best way to show your support for the podcast.
Oh no, I'm getting giggly again.
And I feel like that's everything I'm supposed to say. So Thanks for listening.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.